It's the new twist in the seemingly simmering diplomatic row between Kenya and the US after leaked US diplomatic cables showed American diplomats discrediting the country as a swamp of flourishing corruption. And even after government spokesman Alfred Mutua condemned the leaked dossiers accusing the American government of planning to destabilize the government by funding youth, American Ambassador Michael Ranneberger was quick to dismiss this. It emanates from the US funding of about 1.2 billion shillings to youth empowerment programs in the country.
All of that funding is transparent. None of it is clandestine or secret in any way. It is all the funding, specifically the so-called Yes Youth Can program that I announced in December, $45 million, is aimed at empowering young people.
True friends should tell you the truth all the time and should not tell you everything is okay on one hand and on the other hand say the opposite or initiate programs against you.
It is utterly ridiculous to say that any of this is aimed at destabilizing the Kenyan government, and moreover, the senior Kenyan officials fully appreciate that is nonsense.
Well, in Parliament, Prime Minister Raila Odinga acknowledged that some questions had been raised about the US government's mobilization of the youth, but said this was not a threat to the Grand Coalition government.
It will not be proper for any foreign envoy to come to this country and begin to be recruiting youths from all the different parts of the country and then putting them together, supposedly to be empowering them and telling them what to do with their country.
And a section of MPs wondered whether the information that US plans to destabilize the country was part of the information in the about 1,400 diplomatic cables from the Wikileaks website.
The issue of young Kenyans being empowered by the government of America, does that mean, Mr. Prime Minister, that that is one of the leaks, that this money is really being used to sabotage the government of Kenya?
This government cannot panic because some money is being given to some youth around the country. That money cannot empower our youth. What is 1.2 billion shillings? We ourselves are putting over 5 billion shillings in the youth empowerment program.
But then the MPs demanded to know what the Premier discussed with US Secretary of State for African Affairs Johnny Carson, who called him to apologize in advance for the impending leaks.
So I'm only trying to persuade the Prime Minister to clarify further whether there is cause for alarm.
I said exactly what, in a summary, what I discussed with Ambassador Johnny Carson on phone. And Mr. Speaker, that is all that I know. Because, Mr. Speaker, the information that you're talking about has not come out. He said they are going to be coming out in the next coming days.
Nothing much can be said now, but even before the more dossiers are released, a diplomatic row is evidently in the offing. Hussein Mohamed, Citizen Live at 9.